So I did a thing, and it involves a Civivi. Yeah, so here's what I did. I bought another Vision. Yeah, and I bought this a long time ago. So I don't if you've been around the channel, you may remember that I reviewed a Vision, and you can search back. I did a review on a Vision quite a ways back, and it didn't go so well. The knife had issues, and then the pocket clip was so hot in my hand that my initial thoughts about the knife were, I don't like it. I wasn't happy with it at all, and the action was bum. There was something, I don't remember what it was. I'd have to rewatch the video, but maybe somebody that has the video fresh in their mind could make a comment below and tell us what I really didn't like about it. But there was a couple of things. So I bought another one, y'all. And this has been here for quite some time. Like, this thing's been on my bench 6 or 8 months. It has been hanging around here. I know that seems crazy, but if I can't even explain how, like, my process of finding pieces and bringing them into the channel and reviewing them and the production, and I mean, it's just it has a life of its own now. Well, this knife was one that I purchased a long time ago, and I decided I'm going to give it another chance. Well, it's been hanging around here forever, and I got talking to one of the channel members about it, and I decided, because they asked me, hey, what do you think about the Vision? I said, well, I actually have a video on it, and I didn't think much of it at all. But I have another one around here somewhere that I need to do another review on. Well, it got me thinking about it, and so I went and found it. So here it is, and we'll see. Is this one better? Do I like it? Or is my opinion going to remain the song remains the same? I don't know. We're about to find out. So that was a long story, man. That was 2.5 minutes to get to this. So I bought it. It's in Ultim, and black blade. I believe it's Nitro V steel. Yeah, Nitro V steel, Ultim handle, bead blasted Ultim handle. All right, let's get that blade out. So that's encouraging because that action was really nice. Now, I do remember this pocket clip. Woo, yeah, man. But it's interesting because if I hold this knife in just a power grip here, I don't feel the pocket clip at all. It's if I go thumb forward, it throws that clip right up in the palm of my hand, and it's hot. I mean, it's not the only knife I'd have where the pocket clip's hot, but it's really hot. And it's because they put it up at the top of the knife. If they would have just put it down, I mean, I don't really talk about what if scenarios or, if they would have, because they didn't. They put it where they put it. It is what it is. But yeah, it's because it's high in the knife. And of course it just depends on how I get it. Like, if I adjust the grip just a little bit, I can get it where it's not killing me. But man, if I just instinctually, oh, look at this action. So I do like a shark lock. I'm not sure what Civivi calls this lock. Doesn't say there. I should find out what they call it. I'm not sure why I left this out. I'm gonna get rid of it. But, ooh, is this nice. It's got that thing there. Yeah, man. Wow. Yeah, see, that's wonderful right there. And so is this. It's got a wonderful reverse grip both ways. Bacall, blade back or blade forward. It's because that pocket clip's managed. And I think on the other one, I moved the clip to the left hand side, made it a lefty, and it took the clip right out of the equation. Now I can tell you, I was talking to our friend and member of the channel, and he was telling me that he put a titanium clip on there, and that took care of that as well. And I think I have a titanium Civivi pocket clip laying around here. I may see if I do. But yeah, this thing, man, look at this action. Great Spidey flick, excellent thumb flick, and this is smooth. Yeah, wonderful. I dig it. I mean, let's take it apart. Come on. Yeah. I mean, this is not the knife that I remembered. I don't really remember the other review. I remember that it had some issue with the action. And I'm not having issues right here. This thing, the pocket clip's a little hot, but that's not an end all. And I think, if I remember right, going back, I think part of it, y'all, was that I really was at the time attracted to this knife, and man, I'm an emotional cripple when it comes to knives like that. Like if I have expectations and I want to like it, and then it throws me a curveball, I can get upset. You know what I mean? Like, man, the disappointment just oozes out. It's like, oh. And I think that might be what happened on the first one of these that I had. Good thing that spring didn't go because, man, it sprung, but it didn't fly away on me. I'm happy about that. Then this other pin, it's in that scale pretty good, so I think I'm going to leave it. Nice cage bearings. There's no real oil in here, so I think I'm just going to wipe it and we'll get it back together. Get these pins where they belong. Yeah, pretty nice. And I don't think some lube's going to hurt this knife either. A little bit of lubrication. This black coating, wow. Feels like some tough stuff. I mean, so far, I'm kind of glad that I purchased another one. Not sure why I waited so long to get to this knife. Somehow it just got in the bottom of the knife box and got forgotten about. As with so many others, man, there's a bunch in there that have just, I don't know, it's kind of a like Toy Story, they just got forgotten about. There's other toys been making its way to the bench, and it has, this one's just been in storage. A little bit of black, and of course that black would be from the black coating coming off where the bearings are running and such. Let's get the pivot back in. It's standard Civivi stuff that's captured by the scale out here. Yep, right there. It's got a little detent. Maybe it's that one. Yeah. And then this one, I believe, goes here. Maybe not. the spring. Nah, that can't go in there, because that spring's got to go in there. Like so. Nope, goes on the other side, you goof. Don't let it fly. There we go. Yeah, it goes on this side. And that pin does go there. It's a little stop pin. Let's try again. There we go. I'm going to be careful now because I don't want that to fly away. Put that up there like that. All right, let's get a bearing. Let me see how that is. Yeah, cage up. Make sure I'm not losing my spring. There it is. Pretty simple. Even I can do it. I like the black on the Ultim here. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of black blades. I'd kind of rather just have a stone wash or a satin blade, but this is pretty nice. I like it. And the grip that's provided by this Ultim is pretty solid. It's bead blasted, and then it's got quite a bit of milling in it. I'll take a little closer look at it here. I mean, begs the question if I want to put that to the other side. Also, if I have a titanium version. You know what? If I do, I'll make that the end of the video. I just want to, let's finish checking this knife in and check it out. How about that? As it stands, right? Yeah, completely locked up. Wonderful. So the action on this version, you know, it's got a little bit of jimping on the face of that lock, and it's wonderful. I think I could put the tiniest little bit of lube on this runner right here too. Yep. I mean, it's It really is A-level action. It's an A. It's wonderful. Yeah, I love it. And I like these locks. Very nice. I'm going to find out what they call this as well. I mean, I know what the coldsteel or Demco calls theirs. You got Demco calls theirs the Shark Lock, and then Coldsteel's calling their new one the Atlas. That's what it is. But all kind of the basic concept, I believe. Yeah, very nice. Ergonomics. So, I mean, if I put it right in my hand, it's pretty solid, and I dig it. I don't have a finger guard, so as such, not so confident, confident, very confident. I'm gonna end up short of confident grip because, and what I mean is, if I was to come forward with this knife and meet resistance coming forward, I I'm not so confident that I wouldn't come forward and end up with my fingers on this blade, only because there's not a true finger guard here. With that said, though, I mean, it's a pretty solid grip. I mean, I'm locked in here pretty good. These holes, aid in that. The bead blast, the milling that's been milled into these scales, all of that plays in, and it does afford a good grip. It does get a strike though because that pocket clip is hot. Just know, if you're holding it like me at all, this thing's digging in, man. Yep. Speaking of that pocket clip, let's run it. Let's check. Thick stuff should be fine. Oh yeah, it's a dryer clip. Complete deep carry. Yeah, that thing's excellent tension. It's locked in the pocket for sure. Yeah, and it works everywhere. Wonderful. And I think a solution for that hot spot is to just flip it over to the other side. And I don't think it would matter to me which side that was on necessarily. I may check that to see if I can just flip it. Safety, yeah, there's no contact there. And the tip is recessed. There's just enough of a bump out right here that that tip's avoiding my finger. So the tip's good, the clip is awesome, and I'm confident I can handle this knife any way I want when it's closed and not contact sharp parts. Yep, pretty cool. Speaking of sharp parts, that blade looks crazy sharp. Let's see if it really is. Get these hanging chads. What do you say? Oh my goodness, yeah, this thing's crazy sharp. Whoop, yeah. Yeah, very, 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 very sharp. Let's get the chad. Come on, man, you gotta go. I don't like a hanging chad. There it is. Okay, yeah, very sharp. Good job. Straight out of the factory with a razor. All right, so a couple of questions. Price and availability. What do they call this lock? And I'm making a mental list. What do they call this lock? And what was the other thing I wanted to know? Hopefully I'll think about it. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so the lock is just called the Super Lock. How about that? And price and availability. It looks like there's a bunch of these on eBay. And in this Ultim like this, they look to be around $90 is what I'm seeing. And then I also found them on Amazon. And Amazon has this Ultim again for around $90. But they have micarta versions and some other versions that it looks like you can get down below $80 on one of these if change up the scale and the handle material. Yeah, so pretty cool. It does leave the question, this pocket clip, that was the other thing that I needed to know was the pocket clip. So let me see if I have a titanium one. Okay, so I do not. Basically, I have the same clip. I have a couple of these, a black one and a silver one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move that clip to the other side, And then I'm going to run it not in the demo shorts, but I'm going to run it in my pocket that I'm actually wearing. And I'm going to see if I can function the knife and use it with that clip on as a lefty. I'll be honest, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. That seems like a silly question, but we're going to answer it anyways. Because it just that being hot like that bothers me. Especially since this is a knife that would probably see some time in my pocket, just like my Demco. You know, I mean, I still carry a knife. A lot of the knives that run through here are catch and release for sure. You know, I bring them in the channel, kind of run through them, and then I purge them. This one, and I think that's what kind of set me off the first time, was because I really wanted to like the knife. I was looking forward to carrying it. All right, let's see what's up. So I definitely notice it now that I'm functioning the knife here. The grip, it's kind of out of the way, but it's kind of in the way. I'm going to call that a non-solution. I'm just going to put it back. Yeah, I'm going to put it back on the other side. I'm just going to deal with that hot pocket, and I may put my hands on a titanium pocket clip and see if that makes a difference. I don't know that it's so horrible that I won't carry the knife. And I think what contributed last time is there was action issues with the knife as well. So it just kind of perfect storm. It got the double whammy. It's like the action was bad. The clip burning me up. All right. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this. And, I mean, it's only horrible like right here. If I just adjust a little bit, it's not bad at all. But if I get high, it can get me right here. Yep. You know, overall though, man, this action, that lock, very nice. Very cool. Appreciate y'all watching. And so, you know, am I going to take it all back? Nah, I don't think I'm going to take any of it back because in the end, the other knife had action issues, and that one and this one, the pocket clip's hot as heck up here, man. So a redesign on the pocket clip or a different pocket clip, maybe that'll resolve it, you know. And when I run into a Civivi that's got a titanium clip like that, maybe a Wii, I don't know. We'll see what it's going to take. But maybe I'll swap it out and see what I think. If I do, I'll share it. Appreciate y'all watching. Yeah, pretty cool. Civivi Vision.